National Candy Corn Day. Yep, the most hated of all the Halloween candies. What do you do with candy corn? Now, there's really not much you can do except eat a piece of candy corn. But that'd be a real boring show, wouldn't it? The other thing you can do, which we did way back in the beginning, is if you melt those down, mix it with some peanut butter and corn flakes, and then you put it on a tray and you flatten it out and you let it harden. Then you cut it, chocolate dip it, you have homemade Butterfingers. Swear to God, it tastes just like it. But we did that one already and I'm not doing that again. You know how much I hate candy. Anyway, so today I'm eating my piece of candy corn just to celebrate the day. And we're going to make something kind of fun. It's a candy corn theme thing. If you're having a Halloween party or something, be a great appetizer to put out. We're making candy corn quesadilla. I know, how does that work, right? It's basically the look of candy corn without the taste of candy corn. Alrighty, so we're just going to jump right in and get started today. There's no specific ingredients. Again, just saw a bunch of different ideas. We're going to make our filling for our quesadilla first. So in a pan here, I'm going to put about a half a cup to a cup of salsa, some barbecue sauce, about a little less, maybe half of a quarter cup, an eighth of a cup is that? I don't know. Don't ask me math. I've been down that road before. I know it sounds weird, but that's kind of what I saw. So mix those two things together and start warming them up. You're also going to add some frozen corn. That'll thaw out and cook in our sauce here. Okay. Now, of course, we want a good shot of the spicy taco flavor, so we're just going to add some cumin to our salsa as well, okay? Just a nice little sprinkling of cumin and mix that in. And then to this, you can add, whether you want to go out and get a rotisserie chicken and pull some of the chicken off of that. I just boiled up some chicken and cut it up into pieces, okay? And I'm just going to add that right to this too. And we're just going to cook this whole thing until all these flavors combine. It gets nice and hot and heated all the way through. Make sure your corn is cooked and defrosted. Alrighty, and this is going to be the filling for our quesadillas. I'm interested to see how this one tastes because I've never mixed barbecue sauce and salsa before. But I saw that and I thought, okay, I'll give it a shot. I'll see if it gives it some kind of a different kind of flavor. Okay, if you see this looks a little too dry, you could always add a little more salsa to it if you want. But that's entirely up to you if you like your filling of your quesadilla nice and wet, okay? Okay, so our filling mixture, our chicken is all ready to go. So now what I'm going to do in this other pan, about a medium to low heat. You don't want to put it too high because you're going to butter, just lightly butter, take some melted butter and brush your tortilla, okay? And you're going to put that into your pan here. So you want a medium heat because you don't want to cook that too fast and then it's going to burn, okay? What you're going to do is take some of your filling here from this pan into this pan. So I'm probably making enough to make about 2 quesadillas. So probably about half of this mixture you want to take and put in here, okay? Now, this mixture you can do whatever you want. I mean, this is just a recipe that I saw. And I said, it sounded interesting and kind of easy. So, you know, and this is just a fun kind of project today. It's not really like super gourmet or anything. Not that we ever really do anything super gourmet, but it's just a fun decorative project more than anything else. So you can make your filling with whatever you like. If you want to put black beans in it, if you want to, you know, whatever your traditional quesadilla filling that you like. If you want to do it with beef, I'm sure you could do it with beef as well. Okay, so you just kind of press that down there, and then what you're going to do is take another tortilla and brush that with a little butter. Okay, And you're going to put that on top, okay? Butter side up, because we're going to flip this thing after a minute or two, okay? Once we see that, we peek and we see that the bottom is getting kind of toasted and brown on the one that's face down, butter side down, then we're going to flip this whole thing over, which is usually the tricky part because you don't want to flip it and have all your stuff come flying out of it, okay? So, okay, that's just about ready to flip. Now what I want you to do, get some queso dip, some, you know, spicy cheesy queso dip, and some Mexican blend shredded cheese, okay? Get those ready. What you're going to do is flip your quesadilla carefully, there you go, and right away take a spoon and cover this side of it with your queso dip, okay? Not all of it, just, you know, give it a generous amount, but this is going to be your glue for your quesadilla, or for your topping anyway. Okay, so you just spread that around the whole edge, all the way to the edges of your quesadilla here. Okay. And then what you're going to do, I have these biscuit cutters. I'm going to use them as my guides. You kind of want to make this bullseye. Okay, space them out evenly. And what you're going to do on the outside part, wish I had a bigger one, but I don't. On the outside one, you're going to just sprinkle, make sure, like I said, that your thing is, your heat is on really low here. Okay? So sprinkle some cheese on the outside ring. You're going to get some in your pan. There's really nothing you can do about that. Okay? Just on the outer part, you put this Mexican cheese blend. Okay? And then you're going to cover that for about a minute, or just till you see the cheese starts to melt, that outer cheese, okay? That looks pretty good. So now we're going to get this out of our pan here as carefully as we can. Put it onto our cutting board here, okay? Take that off the heat. Now we have those rings in place, like I said. So now what you're going to do, in this center part, you have this middle, and then you have another ring, and then you have the cheese ring. In this middle part, you're going to take some crushed Doritos. I know. It's crazy, right? Some crushed Doritos, and sprinkle those into that middle section as carefully as you can, okay? The whole idea is to keep all these little layers separate, okay? That's why we're using these rings to kind of as our guide. Okay, and then you're just going to press those down. That queso dip that you laid over the whole top is going to act as your glue and hold all of this in place. Okay, so just give it a good press down. Okay, and then finally in your center section here, another spoon. I should have got all these spoons out before. In the center section here, take your sour cream and just put a dollop of sour cream and then just kind of spread that around. So it fills this section. Okay? And that's it. Now, the fun part is the unveiling, okay? So we're going to, this Doritos will probably fall out a little bit. Maybe not. Take that out. Take that out. There you go. Let me cut this up, plate it, be right back, show you what I mean. It's candy corn. And there you have it. Candy corn quesadilla. It's kind of cool, right? If you made a whole plate of these and for your Halloween party and you kind of put them all out, you just cut it, your circle, you just cut it into triangle wedges, and you got your yellow, your orange, and your white. Kind of like candy corn. All right, let's try one of these and see what we got here. Delicious. The only problem is, you bite off the sour cream with the first bite. Now I gotta put a little more sour cream on it, but the filling is really kind of tasty. With the barbecue and the salsa, it makes it a little sweeter. But it's good. And you got all this great cheese on the top. Between the queso and the regular shredded cheese. I'm digging this one today. Way better than eating freaking candy corn. I don't even know what I do. I probably, oh, here it is. I was gonna say, I probably threw it away already. Way better than eating this. Unless you're a huge fan of candy corn. But I'm really digging this idea. Now I wish I was having a Halloween party. I'd love to make a whole tray of these for people to come over and eat. Alrighty. Candy corn day. Eat some candy corn, or have some fun with making candy corn. A different kind of candy corn. Something that's at least enjoyable. Alrighty, we'll see you tomorrow, everybody. It's Halloween, and it's National Caramel Apple Day. So we'll be making some caramel apples from scratch, but we're going to dress those suckers up, because I ain't going to just have a plain caramel apple. See you then.